Hello, this is XX Domino Master XX, and today for my third domino tutorial, I will be showing you a complete guide on how to build the domino fallback, along with some other tricks and a step-by-step of me building it. And if you don't know what a domino fallback is, it's simply a domino technique or trick. The dominoes fall over the top, and then they come back down using some bent dominoes. This is what a domino fallback looks like, built the correct way, or built the way I make them. All of them are very similar nowadays, but I'm seeing them less and less because I think people are either making them wrong or they're not very popular. And I think I want to change that because they're very cool technique to see. Okay, this is how. First of all, the domino fallback was initially invented by a domino user named Lime Iron in July of 2007. And it looked something like this. Now, even in his video, he said that you'll be lucky if you'll get it to work. So that's kind of an obvious sign that it doesn't work a lot of the time. So here's my attempt at trying to mimic his technique. As you can see, the end almost always messes up with his technique, and that's why a new one was invented by Anno Domino 2007. In November of 2007, which was actually his first video, and it was simply a 3-second video of a domino fallback built a better way, and this is the way that we all use it, that we all make it today. And here's what a domino fallback, correct domino fallback, looks like. Okay, now to start the tutorial of the domino fallback. Okay, to make a domino fallback, you're going to need a total of 3 things. You're obviously going to need some dominoes, doesn't matter the color, and doesn't really matter the type, except it's much harder to do domino fallbacks with Domino Express and Domino Rally dominoes, and it's really hard with Jenga blocks. But any wooden type dominoes, or Mr. Domino, or Domino Day, or stuff like that, that'll work to make a domino fallback. And you're also going to probably want to use a domino template, which is simply a domino device that you stick a domino in, push forward, stick dominoes in, push forward, and it's a straight line that's easy to knock down. Okay, and now, one thing first. I want to show you one thing before we start. One domino space apart, which I'll be talking about, is that far. That is one domino space apart, because you can fit one domino in there. Like that. Just enough space. That is one domino space apart, and that's how far apart a domino template puts dominoes. Okay, now to start the tutorial. Okay, the first thing you want to do is obviously fill your domino template with dominoes. So, start by doing that. And you don't need to use a domino template. You can just kind of estimate the space, but it certainly helps. I think you get it done quicker. It looks nicer when it falls. It looks nicer before it falls. And pull back. We've got a nice straight line there. Okay. The next thing we do, we have to put dominoes on the top, because we can't simply put a domino line on the top and then have dominoes here, or else they'd fall at the same time, which wouldn't be good. Okay, now to start off, we want to first do one thing here. The first domino we place on the top, whatever side we want to fall back on. If we want it to fall back like this, we're going to put it on this side. If we want to fall back like that, we put the bent dominoes on the other side. So start off by putting a domino here, so it is even with this domino here, so the edges line up like that. Okay, and now simply put more dominoes on, each touching the one in front of it. And keep doing that to the end. And what we're going to do at the very end is also important. Take out the last 2 dominoes you have, and simply take them and turn them the other way. like that. And then on top of that, simply place a domino like that. And the reason why we do that is because if we have dominoes coming up onto here, they could possibly hit the bottom line and topple that at the same time the top line's going, which would not be very good, and that's why we do that. Okay, now the part that usually messes up when people make domino fallbacks is either the way it gets on the domino fallback, when it hits the dominoes going down, or when it comes off the domino fallback. So the hardest part, I would say, is making the dominoes that hit the bottom line from the domino fallback. And we want to do a couple of things first before we do that. The first thing is put a sideways domino here on the very edge. The reason why we use the sideways domino is because we don't want the domino to go very far. If it was a normal domino like that, it'd go too far and it might not make the domino line below fall. Okay, so now and then we're also going to put another domino there. So it lines up with the little line there in between those dominoes. Okay. So now we gotta make the thing the way that it gets down to the bottom. And the way I do that is, I take 2 dominoes here. You wanna make sure this is even first. 2 dominoes here, both 1 space apart. Just simply topple them like that so it leans up against there. Then, we're going to take another domino, make it more like 2 domino spaces apart, and set that one down also. And you might want to hold it because sometimes they slip on the surface you build on. Then take another domino about 2 domino spaces apart and set it there too. And then to keep it there, because it almost always slides out, put a domino like that, and then a domino like that, just to keep it there so these dominoes don't slide back, and then this one will be able to make that bottom line fall. Okay, now the next thing. To make the domino line on the bottom that has to fall underneath all the weight of the top line, of the dominoes on the top. These flat ones here and all the dominoes that topple. So we want to place as few dominoes as we can. And to do that with still having it work, what I do is I put a domino in each of these creases. See how there's a little crease there? In between the 2 dominoes there? Yeah, we're going to put a domino right there. One standing up. And if you were to topple it now, it would have just enough space to get to there and hit that domino over. And then that one would hit that one over and make the bottom line fall. So, we're simply going to put a domino in each little space there at the end of each domino. So each domino, each one that's flat, should have 1 domino on it. Okay, and now at the end here, we're also going to put another 1 domino standing up. Okay, now the next part. We're probably going to have a domino thing, like let's say we have a wall and then we want to have a domino fallback. Well, we have to have some way to get dominoes from here to the bottom up there. And the way we do that is we kind of make a really skinny, fasty staircase type thing. And to do that, we use 5 dominoes. First domino we place is right there. The second one is right on top of that, like so. So it looks like that 2 dominoes are on top of each other. So this domino here can easily knock over that one. Then, touching that bottom domino, we have a sideways one with a normal ways one on top. And then below that, a normal domino. So it looks kind of like that. It uses 5 dominoes. And then we have dominoes come from whichever which way on the bottom, and anything can come from there. Okay, now the last thing to domino fallback, having these this bottom line here hit dominoes. It seems pretty simple, but it actually can be kind of complicated. So we're gonna do 2 things. The first thing is we're simply gonna push the domino to find where these 2 dominoes, the ones facing the wrong way, are. The reason why we do that again is so these dominoes here don't knock down that bottom line, because that's important. So find somewhere towards the end here that we're going to place the domino in. And we don't want to put it in the very last two, so we're going to put it in the third to last little space in between the dominoes. And simply push it in until you can just see it even with the other side. So if we were to do that here, you can see that domino right there coming out of the other ones. That is important. Okay, so now take that domino there, and we're going to make dominoes come from that. We're going to take a domino here and place it so that half of the domino is touching that sideways one. And then from that, we simply make a domino line. We don't want to make it any closer, like putting this domino there, because then it would hit these dominoes here when they fall. So simply take that line there and have that go to something else. And now, to prove that I'm not lying, that this will all work just like normal, I'll topple it for you on camera. Okay. So just so you know how it works again, we topple some dominoes here that lead up to this kind of mini skinny staircase that makes this domino here knock down that one, which topples dominoes on the top, which are very far apart because the dominoes on the bottom have to go under all that weight. And then this last domino, this sideways domino here, gets knocked down by that one there, and this sideways domino falls onto these ones. These ones cannot contain all the pressure and they start falling, and since there's not too much weight, they keep falling until we get to there. This domino here, because the dominoes are falling so fast then, this domino here falls, pushing this one too, and going to our next part of our domino rally or project, whatever we're doing. Okay, now let's knock this down. Okay, here we go. Yep, that's how it works there. Okay, another domino fallback technique you can use to make your domino fallbacks all the more awesome is a twisting fallback. And a twisting fallback pretty much says what it is. It's a fallback that twists and turns. That's pretty much all it is. It's just a fallback that twists. If you look over there, the end is still the same. But, okay, let's topple it. Okay, another domino technique you can use with a domino fallback is the double fallback. I invented the double fallback in March of 2011, and if you want to see the original video, go to New Domino Tricks 3. And a double fallback is simply one fallback, two fallback. And double fallbacks obviously work less than normal fallbacks. One, because there's two of them, and all of this weight has to be, these dominoes here have to go under all of that weight, so it is much harder for it to topple. But I will topple it now, okay? Ready, set, go. That was a double fallback that worked. The thing is, though, the end fell early because the first fallback knocked that down. But that is a double fallback right there.